All in Sports Network. We love sports.
Home to the cradle of spectacle in racing. This is All Indiana Sports presented by the Unstable Blues.
Welcome back in. The offseason has arrived, so it is time to forecast the pitches go from here. Haliburton year off, looming, as well as big payout, big player. Let's go all in.
That's correct. I'm Kevin. This is my son Liam. We're the Unstable Blues. Happy to present All Indiana Sports as part of the All In Sports and Rogue Media networks.
Yep, this is a gold episode. We're talking about a little.
Ian. Stop it. All right. Yeah, we don't need to loop.
So we're talking about a little extra stuff, not just Pacers stuff.
Yeah. Stay tuned for the end for that one. It's going to be fun.
It is a gold episode.
Yep.
So we'll go Pacers.
Yep.
Pacers free agents, as we look at it: Miles Turner, James Johnson, Isaiah Jackson, Thomas Bryant, Tony Bradley, Quinn Jackson. I hear a lot.
That's a lot of tall people.
I hear a lot of big men.
A lot of them.
I was going through stuff and was watching the free agency.
And who did they pick up in the draft?
A guard. Two
guards.
Two.
Oh my goodness.
I called the first one. I really liked the first one.
I was super shocked. Like you said, you called it. I was like, really? You didn't like? I didn't say anything. Yeah, I can't prove that. But I had just seen some stuff about him. Like I really like him because I like the way he kind of sees the floor. He's a lefty, like you said, provided a lot of creativity. So I was looking at the market, watching free agency and all that happen. And I'm like, man, there's a lot of people going. I didn't see any Pacers re-signing or extending or anything. Not yet.
Nothing yet. But my idea is you have Haliburton off. You might be able to make a playoff push, but I don't know if you can get a ring without Haliburton. So my thought this year is develop the young guys. So I think you re-sign all the free agents. You don't necessarily go out and get anyone. You got two younger guys from the draft. See what they provide. See what everybody else provides. With Haliburton off, see who steps up. That type of stuff.
Now, Tony Bradley has already been re-signed.
Yes, that's
the one move that they did do.
Other than that, I don't really yes, it's a gold episode, but I don't have anything else to talk about.
You don't have any targets you were looking through. You're like, I don't see anybody.
Nope. Because we don't need any guards. We have so many already.
Yep.
So, and we just picked up two in the draft. So I'm looking at the big men. I don't see anybody.
You have been a staunch against Miles Turner.
Mm-hmm.
You've been a get Miles Turner out of the game guy toward the end of the playoffs.
I said that because I was like, if we don't win a ring this year, we're gonna get one next year. And then Haliburton got hurt. I'm like, okay, I don't think we can win without him. So, if Miles wants to continue playing, sure. It gives us an extra year to find another big.
All right. And then, and in the midst of you saying that, I said, I'd have to get out my text. I was sort of being a little tongue in cheek with you. Like, okay, cool. Go out and get somebody else who can run the floor, screen like that, block like that, and stretch the floor like that. I'll give it on a good day. He had some bad days toward the end of the playoffs, but let's not let that define him as a player. Most of the season, Miles Turner has been to this offense what no other big man can provide for this offense. His screen game, his ability to screen and roll off of it and get the switches necessary and then stretch the floor and keep up with the pace that the Pacers play with. There's not many people.
This is all really good points.
There's not many people on planet Earth who can do that, let alone very specific position as Miles Turner plays.
Yeah,
with the blocking ability and the commitment that this organization has shown to him and vice versa. So that's why I fully expect he will get paid, and the Pacers may have money problems for the first time in a long time. But you know what? it's kind of how it goes sometimes. If you want success, you got to have a little bit of money problems.
Yep.
All right. Well, since you don't have anything else, I guess that will be just about all that we have for the gold part of this episode. You thought I was going to end it, but I'm not, because we're going to do a little updated. We did this at the end of the Colts season. Sort of cathartic for us as Colts fans, since the Colts fans didn't have a great season. The best teams in Indiana.
All right.
Ranked.
All right.
Are
you saying them all, or are we going every other?
Oh, I have my list. Your list may be different.
Okay, I don't have a list.
Okay, I'm gonna go over my list.
Your list. I'll
and
just let you know any.
You can debate off my list. All right. Okay. Number 1, Pacers. They made it to Game 7 of the NBA Championship Finals, and probably would have won it.
Yep.
I know we're biased. I don't care. They probably would have won it. Most unbiased will say that they probably would have won it. And if they're not going to say that, they'll say that we were cheated out of the game that we should have had. So Pacers, number 1. Number 2, also made it to the championship game and fell just short, Notre Dame football.
Yep.
Notre Dame.
As of recent.
Yes.
As of this past season or current season.
Right. This is the completely updated list.
Because last time the Fever
were
not
better
in season.
Right. And because of the offseason moves that they had and coming off of the season they had, I believe that they were better than the Pacers given where the Pacers were. This was just
was barely into the season. Pacers weren't doing too hot. So.
This was in February. So they had started to turn it on, but it was still undecided how well they were going to turn it on.
Yeah. Yep.
Number 3, I have IU football made it to the quarterfinals of the playoff this year.
Let alone what they did in the regular season.
Their only 2 losses came against the 2 teams that were in the national championship game.
Yep.
And the way that they lost those was somewhat debatable.
Mm-hmm.
I know Notre Dame people are going to be like, that wasn't debatable. Notre Dame let their foot off the gas and almost let IU back in the game, let alone almost to win the game. You got to have the killer instinct, Notre Dame football. Maybe that's why you didn't win. But then also there was the fact that IU just lost on pretty much 2 special teams plays at Ohio State before Ohio State decided to do what Notre Dame didn't do and put their foot on the throat of IU late in the game.
Yep.
Uncalled for, if you ask me.
Right.
Any arguments with the top 3 there?
I like it.
In order, good to go. Okay.
Yep.
Now we get into some. Now remember, this is all Indiana, so I have not. I've been selective in how many lower tier teams, but this is a true professional top tier team, the Indy Ignite volleyball team.
Yep.
Now, why are they this high when they went 13-15 on the season? Well, they showed some good spark. Their number 1 player was injured for a good portion of the season, and they still made it to the championship game and were the runners-up.
Yep. A lot of runners-up in Indiana.
So far, top 4, all runners-up or quarterfinalists, I should say. The reason IU is better because of the better regular season than Indy Ignite. Okay? Number 5, Notre Dame women's basketball had a tremendous regular season, 26 wins, I believe, on the season.
Wow.
And then lost to TCU in the Sweet 16. TCU was a 2-3 matchup. So
Gotcha.
Notre Dame being the 3 seed at that point slipped a little toward the end of the season. But then also Notre Dame women's basketball, they had 2 top WNBA draft picks out of that class as well. So now playing in WNBA.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Number 6?
Yep.
Number 6, Purdue men's basketball. Once again, in the Sweet 16, only lost by 2 to Houston, who was in the national championship game. Is that correct?
Did
They lost, I think.
they did?
Hold on.
Florida won. Yeah, Florida won.
Yeah,
Florida beat Houston.
Florida beat Houston. So,
Yeah.
so lost to, again, sort of like IU football, lost, but to the eventual runner-up.
I think if
And they played like Purdue men's basketball played really great all season, except for a couple of games against IU.
if we're talking most impressive teams, I would switch Purdue and Notre Dame
Okay.
women's basketball, just because I think that Purdue, we're kind of losing people to the draft, Zach Edey and all of them, and we're expected to not be as great and still manage to do so well. So most impressive, I'd switch those two, but better, I agree, because of the success that not only Notre Dame had against a top team like TCU, but also the people that came out of Notre Dame to the draft.
Yep.
So
In the regular season, that's to be
Right.
counted as well.
Yep.
Credit to Braden Smith doing what he did for Purdue all year. Number 7, the Indianapolis Indians. Here we get into a little bit of this is a minor league team, but we're talking about AAA. And
it's right there.
it's right there.
You do good there, you go to the Pirates.
One of the things that we love so much about living in Indianapolis, going to Indianapolis Indians games, is like it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg, especially if you know people. But also you get to see future major league stars right there in your backyard.
Yep.
And so we saw McCutcheon play for a number of years. We didn't get to see Skeens, but also just down the road from us here in Central Texas is a budding star behind Skeens. Ashcroft is from right down the road from us.
Has he gotten moved up?
He is not. He's on the radar to get moved up, but he's had really good success. Indians were 4th in the first half. The minor league divides it into 2 halves. They were 4th in the first half and 3-1 after the break so far. So there you go.
Yeah.
Here, I don't know. I don't know where this leads us. I'm going to say that the Fever are the 8th best team now in the state of Indiana.
Okay.
8-8.
Mm-hmm.
Verdict is still out.
Right.
8-8, but they've missed 6 games now without Caitlin, or had 6 games with Caitlin Clark out. And it's been hit or miss. They've had some, obviously, the brawl with Connecticut, some stuff with Brittany Griner and the Atlanta Dream. And then, DeWanna Bonner leaving the team and wanting out, and some off-the-court issues that have been sort of a distraction. 8-8, about a third of the way through the season. Verdict is still out, but I'm going to slide them right here in 8. But you might fight me on that, because IU women's basketball had a pretty strong season and came in as a 9 seed and lost to South Carolina, who we always know is stacked in the second round of the tournament.
Mm-hmm. Your next one.
You like this one? I'm bringing up more.
Is the Mad Ants.
Yeah.
They were 6th in the regular season, making it to the second round of playoffs.
Yep.
I would actually keep IU women's where it is and switch Fever and Mad Ants around.
Okay.
Because
it's proven.
Exactly. It's proven, and they haven't done hot without Caitlin Clark.
So you're going to penalize a team who's still in the middle of their season. Got it.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you're penalizing. I'm going to go back. It sounds like you are being genderist.
No.
Because you have swapped twice now a women's team for a men's team.
No, that's not what I meant.
But okay. All right.
Did we not do this with the Pacers last year?
Oh, yeah.
They weren't doing hot at the time, so we put them lower.
Okay. I did.
Same
you
thing.
didn't. You were on board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Same thing with the Fever.
Right. Sounds good. So you're penalized because you're in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
So
if they happen to do better,
best of luck. Let's go. And now, so that's the cutoff from teams who have made the finals or the playoffs. Fever not being there yet, but made them last year. Anticipated to make it this year.
Right.
I mean, they're playing for the Commissioner's Cup coming up. So, so the rest of it goes like this, according to me: IU men's basketball, Colts, Notre Dame men's basketball, not so hot this year. Indy 11, not doing so great either. And Purdue women's basketball was pretty poor.
I would switch the Colts and IU men's basketball. I think IU, while both Colts and IU were both on the verge of
Right there,
the
that's
playoffs.
Yep.
I think IU was further away because the thing about March Madness that I don't care for at all is those last positions are basically like bigger markets, kind of like the NBA, you know, with the refs and like bigger markets and stuff. It's very similar. IU's not a big market. In basketball, they may be, but still, it's Indiana that we're talking about. So I think they were actually further away than people think they were. And the Colts were, in reality, we go through it, we talk about it. The Colts, in reality, were a couple plays, maybe a couple drives short of the playoffs when IU were a couple games. So
Yeah. And the Colts were essentially almost a few inches of a drop
exactly
away from the playoffs.
So
Now,
true.
I mean, that's the microcosm. Obviously, what happened after that was the Giants game, and there were some falters after that. But you know, in that Broncos game, they were essentially that 1 inch drop away from
the score doesn't. But you know, momentum is a thing. You got to
Yep.
watch the game to actually figure out what happened.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why I would switch those two. Everything else in the list, I completely agree with them.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yep.
Only 2 things will switch. 3 things, sorry.
Yep.
Three things will switch, and most of those having to do with men's teams over women's teams. But it's okay. It's all right. I don't believe you're that guy, so it's all good.
I am not.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the time today. We'll be back. Your mom and I are going to be back this week as the Fever play for that Commissioner's Cup against the top in the league of the Lynx. And then we'll be back. Your mom and I will also cover the rest of the Fever games this week. And then we'll be back kind of the start of training camp, I think. It's kind of the plan as the Colts head into next season.
Yeah. Well, this is Liam
And this is Kevin.
reminding you to stay all Indiana.
All in Sports Network. We love sports.